to go to the back row for a second here. Susan, you come up a minute. Susan is our key sponsor from Everbank, and she does construction lending. And I just want to ask you a couple questions. Thanks, Susan.
Hi, everybody.
So when you think of a construction lender, most of the time I think a lot of us think, oh, these are the builders and they hire banks to fund their projects. How about homeowners? Can they come to a lender to get the financing, and how does that work?
Absolutely. We have a ground-up construction product as well as major renovation. And down payments, depend upon equity position if you already own the home. In general, guidelines require that if you're going to a loan amount of $1.5 million, we want to see you in a 20% equity position. If you go up to a $2 million loan, we want to see 25% equity position.
Is that equity based on what it's worth when it's done or when you start?
When it's done, mostly. But we're going to look at both valuations in terms of as-is value plus your budget. And it also kind of depends upon how long you've owned the home. So in some situations, when you've owned the home for many years, you don't need to contribute any cash at all. So it just really depends on the scenario.
And how long are these construction loans good for?
We actually have a 6-month rate lock program where we'll lock you in right at the very beginning while you're getting your plans developed and meeting with your builder and figuring everything out. And then we offer you a free float down. So when we're getting ready to close your loan, we take a look at the rates, and if the rates have gone down, we'll float you down. And then our product is fixed for a period of time. So you can either choose a 5-year fixed, a 7-year fixed, or a 10-year fixed. So we don't have a 30-year fixed. You can always refinance. There's no prepayment penalties or anything like that.
So that converts to a permanent loan on the house when it's done, is what you're saying?
Correct, yes. It's interest only during construction, and then when construction is complete, it will turn into a fully amortized principal and interest loan, and it will be based upon however many months you have left. So if it takes you 12 months to build your home, it'll be amortized based upon a 29-year amortization.
And what if your plan is not to live in the home, it's non-owner occupied, maybe you plan to sell it when it's done? Do you do those loans as well?
I do not do those loans, so don't tell me that.
Okay. Go away.
I do want to mention one thing. They were talking about cost overruns. I always recommend, if you can do it, if you're in a strong enough equity position, to put a 10% contingency reserve in your budget so that you can pull from that, as you spend too much money, because I'm sure you probably will.
So what are construction rates approximately?
Right now, our program is in the 3s. The 5-year is 3.25, the 7-year is 3.5, and the 10-year is about 3.75, 3 7/8. We don't charge any points, so there's no origination fees. We only charge $10.95 to do a loan. We have no fund control fees, and we allow up to 10 draws if your loan amount is $750 or higher, which in this room I'm sure that would be the case. So if you can get away with 10 draws, then it's not going to cost you anything. If you need to go over 10 draws, it's $330 per draw after that. So the fees are very low. Our rates are really good. It's a great program.
He's asking, what is a draw?
Construction draw. Okay, so when you're at a certain phase of your project, let's say that you're done with your foundation, you're going to need to pull money out and pay for everything. That's called a construction draw.
So I'll repeat the question. She's asking, when you get a construction loan, you borrow $1.5 million to build a home. It's going to cost $1 million to build. $500,000 is going to go towards the land, let's say, and you're buying $1 million. Let's say you're buying $1 million lot, $1 million in construction. You put $500,000 down. You can get a $1.5 million loan. The bank loans $500,000 for your land. There's $1 million left over for the construction. I'll answer the question for you. Susan is going to hang on to the money. She's going to loan you the $1 million, but she's not going to charge you it until she pays the draw to pay for the contractor who just put in the foundation for $38,000. Once you give him the $38,000, you're paying interest on the $38,000 plus your $500,000 land loan.
Well, your down payment is going to go towards the land in most cases, so I'm not going to start charging you money until you start taking draws and actually borrowing the construction money. Okay, so yeah.